Civilization 6 has a multitude of ways to play and win, whether it be peaceful Farmville levels of simming up, or butchering your enemies in Civ 6 so brutally you'd make Genghis vomit. In this Civ 6 video, I'll be showing you exactly 5 new ways to dominate the game. Some are peaceful, like for example turning Mansa Musa into a literal god, and others are brutal, like this never before seen Lautoro Strat. Let me know down below in some of your own strategies, as I'm planning on making a viewer tips video next week, and if you want to be on YouTube, comment some spicy strategies down below. This is a mainly multiplayer strat, but works just as good in single player, the Basil Chip Chop strat. Basil is one of the best domination civs in the game, as getting a religion, crusade, and ignoring walls is absolutely tea-drinking levels of broken. But for multiplayer, you're up against human enemies who will know if you're militarizing, as your strength on the top right ribbon is going to go up suddenly, and they will prepare an adequate defense. But the Chip Chop tool makes use of your insane tool that no one talks about, the Hippodrome. When you build the Hippodrome or its buildings, you get 1 free cavalry unit per building or district for that matter. I mean, holy shit, it is Christmas, unless the Ottomans are in your game. With this, you can settle in early 7 to 8 cities, save up some gold, keep a low profile, trading with your neighbors, and focusing on infrastructure, lulling them into a sense of security, like those Greek sirens in Greek mythology. And after you get a great general, and you research tagmas, that's when you pounce. You want to prep some builders beforehand, and you want to lock in the hippodromes as soon as you research them, so that you can chop out every hippodrome in one turn, and then use the excess money you have in buying as many arenas as you can. With all that, you will literally get 8 to 16 of the most advanced units in just one turn. Tagmas are a top tier unique unit, mind you, and with that, you'll catch the human player with their pants down on the potty. But this time, the only thing getting wiped is their love for Civilization 6 after you're done with them. The next strategy is the Gorgo Total War strat. Not to be confused with the real-time strategy game, Gorgo Total War is an insane strategy that will make you 10 times stronger than everyone else, guaranteed, or your money, well, you're not paying me, but still. We all know Gorgo gets 1 combat strength for every military slot in her government, policy card in her government, excuse me, and you get an extra wildcard slot from the 1 military. Not to mention, you'll also be getting culture from kills. So what we're doing is we are beelining for culture. Do not pass go. Do not connect anything else. You're going ahead and you're beelining nationalism and the fascismo, we'll call it, the big bad ideology. That'll get me demonetized on YouTube. You want to build a big army early on and go to war with everyone you can with archers and hoplites. The goal isn't to take cities, it's to spam out as much culture from kills as possible, whether it be barbs, other civs, or even city-states. You do want to take some breaks in between to deal with the, I was about to say aggressive expansion, holy shit, with the grievances, and you want to make some friends, but the goal is to get as much culture as possible. Use Acropolises, they're a really good unique building, giving you envoys and theater square buildings and adjacencies. You want to beeline fascismo and nationalism, and you should be the only civ anywhere near these civics by that stage in the game, thanks to your unique district and your unique abilities. When you get nationalism, you want to make armies, which are a lot stronger than regular units. You don't want to ignore science, as you need somewhat advanced units. Like, believe it or not, using a warrior for this strategy isn't going to work, but you want to get like musketmen or something before going to war, which have 55 combat strength. Turn them into an army, should be about 65 combat strength. You'll get another 6 from military slots, putting 71, 4 from Oligarchy's legacy card, which will give you 70, it should be 74, because you're going to use that wildcard slot instead of a military slot, so you're up to 74, and 5 from Fascismo, which will give you 79. Take note, Susan, I'm not saying the F word, don't ban my channel, please, but with all of that, you and your musketman army will have over 80 combat strength in a time where no one is over 55. This will literally let you one-shot everything, especially when you add in the battle cry promotion giving you 86. You are literally stronger than infantry. That's right, oil-guzzling infantry. It's just insane, man. No doubt about it. If you build these musketmen or even line infantry armies before anyone else, you will slap them up, and Gorgo is not to be taken lightly. The second strategy is the Big Daddy strat for the leader most akin to a Care Bear, Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa is an insanely strong civ when he gets rolling, but his biggest problem is the early game, and more specifically production, as he gets literally zero production from building mines, although it's made up for the fact that the man is so rich he could literally buy Elon and Bezos. Not buy their companies, buy them. But if you ever wanted better production, just do this insanely strong religious rush after spawning near what should be a desert. You'll make so much faith thanks to your unique ability, giving you 1 faith per adjacent desert tile, you will get the first Pantheon. And in a scene more tearful than Titanic's ending, you're gonna have to let religious settlements go in favor of desert folklore. This will give your holy sites huge adjacency bonuses, but that isn't it. Get work ethic, and you'll not only make up for the production lost from mines, but you'll have excess production. And with a religion, you will probably get a golden age, and this is where the fun begins. Get monumentality for 30% cheaper settler cost from both faith and gold, and buy those mofos like there's no tomorrow. With all those settlers, and with you getting work ethic and industrializing so fast, your title is now Comrade Musa, the richest man ever. You will have everything you need to dominate the globe. Insane gold generation, insane faith generation, insane production. You could buy, build, or pray for anything. If you're enjoying the video up to this point, leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future content, and let me know down below any other strategies I might have missed. The next strategy is an absolute certified hood classic. Nothing screams break me harder daddy than Civ 6 AI getting railed by Hungary Himiko. Something the history books won't tell you is that Himiko and Matthias were actually lovers. Yes, even though they didn't know the other's country existed, as Himiko's Japanese and Matthias is Hungarian. I don't know, they met up in Russia or something and made Vladimir Putin. Anyway, with Himiko, you can get envoys to city-states, as well as levy their units for free. Hungary loves that because they get 5 combat strength, 1 movement speed, and a much cheaper upgrade cost for levied units. They're pretty much a third unique unit. You add in Himiko's +5 combat strength bonus, and a great general's regular +5 combat strength bonus. All of that together, you will have 65, yes, 65 combat strength swordsmen with enough flanking bonuses, and that number goes up to 75 against pike and anti-cavalry units, and that number goes even higher to 82 if you pick Battle Cry as your first promotion. This is absolutely disgusting. Made me throw up in my mouth a little bit. This is huge, man. This is even bigger than Jenga towers when 2 professional players compete. In all honesty, no one can stop you, all right? It's not that hard to do, and no one can honestly stop you at that point, as you should have more than enough gold to upgrade your units. Himiko's gonna do the levying and envoys for you. You'll have more than enough envoys in the city-state to not lose suzerainty. You walk in faster than Schmittler walked into France. It's just that simple. No one's gonna stop. Like in this game, I'm up against goddamn Gilgamesh. I didn't even have a promotion, and I 2-shotted his first city. But yeah, pretty much. You'll have stronger than infantry in the classical era, which is pretty nice. I don't know which one is more busted, bro. Himiko or Babylon? It's definitely still Babylon. Finally, the new strat that I don't know if I came up with in the shower myself, I came up with on the pooper myself, or if someone told it to me a while back in the comments section. If I do, I don't want to take credit, so just let me know down below if you gave me the strategy, and I'll give you the credit. But Lautoro, 8 civs, tiny, dramatic ages. Lautoro gains 10 combat strength against civs in golden ages and free cities. This is bigger than you would think, as that's essentially an extra era ahead when factoring in combat strength, as musketmen are 55, men-at-arms are 45, and then you have swordsmen at 35, line infantry at 65, so it's essentially an extra era ahead than usual. They get this against civs in golden ages and free cities that rebelled. Now, with dramatic ages, any civ in a dark age will have most of their cities end up rebelling. That's the entire point. Whereas ones in golden ages will be prime for Lautoro licking. And what if they get normal ages? Well, they can't. That's literally part of the game mode. You're either in a golden age or a dark age. What that means is you will always have an absolutely massive advantage against anyone in any era. And even if you lose your own cities for a dark age, you still get 10 combat strength extra to help you take them back just as easily. So were they really gone in the first place? The reason I made the map as tiny with 8 civs is really just the cherry on top, if you will, the little sprinkles on the top of the cupcake, as there will be more rebellions, as there's going to be more civs in a tighter area, which means more advantages for Lautoro. This strategy makes him by far the best civ in dramatic ages, and honestly, you won't really get that many dark ages anyway, as by the time you just start rolling that domination snowball, you'll be in at least back-to-back golden ages, which is more than enough to take over and win the game. In all honesty, I don't really know who's more busted in dramatic ages game mode, Lautoro or Babylon. It's still probably Babylon.